James. Today we're at situation 12 of PanzerBlitz, the last scenario in PanzerBlitz. It's called the Nikopol Bridgehead. Let's pull it up, go over it. Here we are. All right. And let's go to 12. German artillery infantry position defense. Defense of Nikopol Bridgehead. 2011-1943. As long as the German artillery remained intact, the Russians were never able to crack a German line. So the Germans in this one, the Germans have a lot of blocks, a lot of mines, and a lot of bunkers. Also, back here in the rear area, they have their Vespies and their Hummels. So they have three Hummels. The Hummels have a range of 32 and a power of 40, and they're very powerful indirect fire weapons, howitzers. And they have two, I'm not sure what that's called, but they have two vehicles with a range of 24 and a firepower of 60. I'm trying to see if I can read that. Okay, so the 40-32s are the Vespi and the Hummels are the 60 units, and they have command posts. They have 3 command posts. I set my command post right there on the left. I have a command post in the middle, heavily protected by mines, and I have a command post on one of these has a command post on the right. Okay, no, I have 2 in the middle. I actually have 2 command posts on Hill 132. And this is my defense. I have some trucks back here in case I have to pull up and pull some units out and move things around. My one armor unit, my self-propelled gun, is sitting here in the woods, ready to move left or right to react. You notice I set up the hilltop defense. I have the American, German rifle squads in the front, and then right behind them I have some mortar and howitzers. Now that's so the German rifle squads cannot be overrun. They'd have to be attacked individually, which will slow the Russians down. I have over here, I have on a wagon, I have a heavy mortar, which is powerful. I have another heavy mortar over here on the left. Okay. Over here in the village on Hill 132, I have a really 75 millimeter anti-armor gun. I have a 158 howitzer, and I also have some engineers. So my engineers are in that town right there. And I have my mines protecting the command post positions. And so it's going to be fairly difficult for the Russians to get through. Now for the Russians, here's their setup. The 2 most powerful weapons are their howitzers, the Su-152s. The Su-152s I have right here. And they're going to be firing at armor. So let's take a look at the weapons effectiveness chart. So they have howitzers against armor, and half range or less, it's normal firepower, because the bunkers are treated as armor. Now the question is that half range or less? Yes, 1, 2, 3. So, but that is on a hill, so that's going to be half. So if both of those units fire at that post on the hill, then it's going to be just a 1-to-1 odds. But I also have over here, I have some more howitzers, so I can make that at least 2-to-1, and so I can make that at least 2-to-1 if I use this howitzer and this howitzer. And then I have some armor units. 1, let's see, 2. I think the best I can get is 2-to-1 against this post. And then over here I have some rifle squads which are going to the woods. I have a rifle squad over here, so we got some mortar units. On the right I have it's basically infantry. I have all my guard units on the right ready to storm the line. Behind them, I have some anti-armor guns and I have a heavy mortar. So there's some good firepower behind the guards. All right, that's it. I'm going to start. The Russians will go first. Here we go. All right, so the fire unit. So like I said, we have these two Su-152s are going to fire against this command post on the hill. I want to see what else I can bring to bear. Okay, so we have a 40 and a 40. So right now I have 2 to 1. I'm going to mark the units I'm going to be firing as being fired. So right here, now I have some anti-armor. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be 6. And do I have enough? That's 6 right there. And let's see if, yes, okay. Piece of 6. So that's 12. And here's another armor unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 12 plus 12 is 24. Unfortunately, I don't think I can make it 3 to 1. I can just make it 2 to 1. I don't think that unit right there has line of sight. I'm going to draw it just to see. I don't think... I have a mortar unit there in the woods, but I don't think that mortar unit has line of sight. If that mortar unit has line of sight, I have 3 to 1 odds, but I don't think I do. So, all right. Oh, well, I gotta make sure I do it right. Go from the center of the hex to right there. Yes, I actually do have line of sight, so we'll have a 3 to 1 attack. Yep, because mortar against armor. Let's take a look at that. Yep. So it should be a 3 to 1 attack. Yep, so I'm going to fire that mortar too. And we'll have a 3 to 1 straight up. Yeah, well, we'll check because I actually, let's see. I need 80 times 3. I need 240. I don't think I'll have that. Well, I got this mortar over here. So there's 24. Plus 24 is 48. 48, 58, 68, 72. Yeah, I have it. I have a 3 to 1 attack here. All my so I have that unit. That unit. So here we go. 2, and it immediately gets taken out as a formality. I will look on the combat results table. 2, yes, it is taken out. So that right there becomes a wreck. So it gets deleted, and I place a German wreck. Let's get a German wreck unit. Interesting. I think I have to look at markers to get a wreck. All right, well, to indicate a wreck. All right, that's good shooting right there. I noticed there's a separate marker I can use for fixed Vespes and Hummels. Right, stationary Vespes and Hummels. because that's what these are right here. These are all stationary, so I think I'm gonna pause it and replace these act. Okay, as you can see, I've replaced, just check my levels. I've replaced the mobile Hummel and Vespi with the stationary Hummel and Vespi right there, markers. Okay. All right, what other fire do we have over here? Okay. So over here on the left, we have that armor unit, which can fire against that mortar position. It'll be 1/2. 12, so it'll be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. But that'll be halved again, so it'll be a 3. That'll be a 1-to-1 attack. Unless I can get something else to fire at it. And I get this armor unit. Right here. What's below this? Alright. So that will be a 12. And that'll be halved. Yeah. 12 to 2. That'll be a 6-to-1. That's the only one I'll need. It'll be halved again. Yeah, it'll be halved twice. So we'll have 12 and 6. That'll be 15 to 2. That'll be a 7-to-1. That will be able to take that out. So that before. Right here, they can do a 1-to-1 on. We can't do 1-to-1 on much. How about right here? So I get 12 and 12 against armor. 2, 3, 4. So it's 24 to 40. So I'll take a 1-to-2. Well, actually, that unit's in woods. I can't fire at him. I can fire at him. So I get 24. I get 24. 36. 40, 60. 70. That's going to be half, and that's going to be half. So I have both of those. That'll make it a 2-to-1 straight up. That's pretty much all hands on deck, and then those units won't be able to. I'm going to do the 2-to-1. So let's do this. So this is 12 and 12. So we have 24. That's going to be halved. So it's just going to be 12. 36. 42. 48. 48. 6 and 6. That's against armor. Well, infantry can't fire against armor unless it's direct. It's actually just going to be Let's move up. So that's the Russian fire face, and that's quite a show they put on. Now, and they're going in. From one river to another. Prefer to have them in situations where they can't really be fired at yet. They're safe. They can't be fired. Right now, he's vulnerable. He can take fire from whatever's in that bunker right there. I'm just going to take defense anyways. Mortars are coming forward. Those are doubled up. Mortars are coming forward. Here's a submachine gun when the rifle unit's coming forward. And have those guys positioned. Those infantry right there positioned so they can go right into the woods and not get shot at immediately. All right, that's it for the center. Now on the right. So each of these tanks have an infantry unit. Wish I had some engineers, but I don't. So how do I approach that area on the left? Okay. Get through here. Really don't want to go through the mine, so I'm going to take a lot of fire if I do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll have to stop there. Okay. Now, I'm going to unload the infantry. Well, it's actually a submachine gun unit. Has a little bit more offensive firepower. And these guys are going to go right here, because you have to stop before entering blocks. All right, what about this guy? Right here. And that position has the advantage of the enemy doesn't have a target. If I move those two out, they're going to get hit. That's okay. They're a Russian company, so they're very... How about these rifle platoons? Let's do the same thing. These are ordinary rifle platoons, but that's why I gave them some tanks. So move that forward. Just move those, move the wagons forward for now. Okay, that's it for the Russian movement phase. I don't know, well, right here, I have a close assault. It's 1 to 1 minus 1. Let's roll it. And I get a 2, which becomes a 1, which, that's a good roll. That's a dispersal on that rifle unit. Okay, what else we got? I don't think there's any more. Well, right here, I have 12 to 40. 36. That's a 1 to 4. But it is minus 2. So I'm going to do it. 1. Wow. So 1 to 4. And I got 1. Oh, wow, that's a good roll. So 1 minus 2 is dispersed. That's huge. Flip that, or wow. So that's huge right there. Well, it's only a submachine gun unit, and isolate, destroy another command post, which would have been a big deal. All right, that's it for the Russian phase. Boom. These guys over here. Fired. Boom. That's fired. So I'm just removing the fired markers. Indicators. Yeah. Good sound, and I'm concerned that if I start, I may mess up my sound, and then no one would be happy with that. So, all right, there we go. I'll do the German turn 1. Okay. The German turn 1. Okay. Fires. Well, there's a command post here, and there's a target right there, and there's a target right there. So they're going to catch it. Let's see who else. They don't really have it. No. I can fire at them. Kind of wimpy though. Against them, that'll be a 1-2. So that mortar's going to take a 1-2. Yeah. Boom, 1-2 straight up. Roll to 3. No effect. And fired. And this mortar right here, I'm going to fire on the tank. I just want to double check that weapon's effectiveness. Mortar half range or less. It's normal attack factor. That's definitely half range. So you're looking at a 1-to-1 straight up. And that tank unit is dispersed, which slows the Russians down. So that means now I have to, with this command post, I have to do all fire against that unit and that unit, because I was a dummy. All right, I got my mortar over here, firing at those 2 units. And then I got howitzer. So it's going to be 17 to 6. Man, if that guy was, so it's going to be 17 to 6. 1, 2, 3. So those are going to fire, and then one of those guys on a hill are going to fire. Infantry. It's normal. So it's going to be 19 to 6. And that's going to be a 3-to-1 straight up. 4. I believe that is dispersed. Kind of a disappointing result. Have anybody else with targets here? I don't believe I do. What about him? No, no. the hill. So infantry can't fire against armor. Howitzer is, well, the howitzer is a 2. All right, so the howitzer is a 2. So a howitzer, and that's less than half range, right? So that howitzer can take a 1-to-1 shot at that armor unit. Nice. It's dispersed. I'll take it. And howitzer did something, at least. Right here, no. Nobody else is back here. And they might. What do I got there? No, they don't have. Let's see. Let me check. So I'm gonna check my other command post right here. Oh yeah, absolutely. They definitely have them in the crosshairs right there. Well, they have these two in the crosshairs, and that's about it. But they do have a target. Pause it for a second. Is if you're calling for indirect fire from a command post, can you use more than one battery? So that is what I'm going to look up right now. I will post this that the Vespies and the Hummels can only use indirect fire if the range to the target is greater than their maximum, greater than half their range. So I have to check all of these to see if I can have line of sight. So here has to be greater than 12. And it is. That's one of them. Again, here has to be greater than 12. I have to pull back a little bit on the map. Okay, so this has to be between greater than 16. Oh yeah, that's easily greater than 16. That one is right there. Yep. And this one is going to be greater than 12. Definitely. Right there. Yep. And one more. This has to be between 16 and 32. Let's go up in this direction. Oh yeah. Okay, so all those are legitimate targets. So I have 1, 2, 3 40s and 2 60s. Okay. How do I spread these out? It's 21. So if I take the 6, no, let's. So if I take the 60 and I add a 40, that's 100. So that'll be 100 to 21. 100 21. So that'll be just short of 5 to 1. So that'll be 4 to 1. That's an easy one. I'll take that. So I'll have to use 100 and one of the 40s. Anything but 6 and 6. I rolled, yes. Weapons indeed. So now I have 2 40s and a 60. Now against these two, I also get 41. If I take the 40 and the 60, I get 4 to 1. Roll anything but a 6. And they're gone. So, and I have to make sure I put a wreck there. That becomes a wreck. Right, so I have a 40 left. And I can do an attack over here at 2 to 1 odds. Yeah. 2 to 1 odds, and that's dispersal. And that, my friends, is the indirect fire. And that's very, very powerful stuff. All right. Any more fire here? I think that's it. Okay. Pause for a second. Okay. Now, well, I can clear move because so now we're at the beginning of the Russian move phase. I mean, the German move phase. Not much is going to come from the left. I think that's locked down. I think the biggest challenge is going to come in the center. I think the biggest challenge is going to come in the center. And I want to get somebody where that wreck is. I want to get a powerful weapon where that wreck is. That, well, I'm going to load up this guy right here. Fortunately, he's just in a wagon. Move him forward right here. Move that infantry forward. I do not envy that security unit right there. All right. It's all hand-to-hand combat weapons. If I put the howitzer there, all right, so the howitzers are ready to go. I can move the howitzer up to right here. But again, I'm just worried about the hellfire that would be coming if I do that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move the howitzer. So use the wagon. 1, 2, 3. Move that howitzer right there. So when the Russians come over the crest, boom. Nasty surprise. That is an anti-armor, so they can stay in place. They have good coverage up here. That truck, that armor here, I'm going to keep it there. About here. All right, I'm going to keep that there. Let's go down. These rifle units. Place them right there just in case. these truck units. I'm confident leaving those where they are. Over here on the left is where I have my best chance of really maybe even going on the offense. Maybe not. Move them in place. Leave those in place for the moment because I'm playing defense. How about this rifle unit right here? Let's move them up here in front of the block. Okay, I think that's it. I think all my deployments are good. So now I'm going to pull back and I'm going to get rid of clean up the German markers. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much. This looks like it's going to be a very, very interesting scenario, scenario 12. I want everybody to have a good day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.